Excuse me.
Everybody's on the table and take some discussion.
They need to actually turn the fan off.
Yeah, if you could. I know.
Yeah, we'll have to live with it.
But we gotta turn the fan off.
Hey, go turn the fan off.
Watch this, I'm gonna clap it off. Ready? There it is. Clapped it
Five
off.
clap
Password.
Yeah, I clapped it off. And in other
Clap
words,
on, clap off.
I made our silent slave do it.
signal.
Okay, welcome to another episode of Nerdcorner, the revenge of the rise of the dawn.
Return of the dawn of the Nerd Corner.
Of the Nerdcorner.
Oh.
I am your host.
Episode 3?
Yeah.
Or 2?
3. No, it's 3. This is episode
Skip
3.
number 2 and listen to this one. Don't skip number 2. Like and subscribe.
Evan hates this episode. I am your host, Austin Piddlewalker's Nipsack Dongleblocker, better known as Ember Kid 21.
22, 23, 24, 25.
Or just 21. I am joined by my fellow co-host,
Evan of the Evan clan.
Arvin Clan.
Yarr! We be a clan of pirates.
Clan of Pirates. And we have our special
Two new
guest.
people.
2 new
Kind of.
Oh. Is there 2 people here?
I don't know.
Oh no!
Oh, we don't know what's going on.
There's like so many boobs here.
So many boobs.
There's, in fact, just as many boobs as there are people.
I disagree.
What? 1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6.
Those are moves. They
Wait,
don't
what happened to mine?
They're not boobs, they're pectorals.
What happened to mine?
Oh,
What happened to mine?
Also, you don't get boobs.
There are twice as many boobs as there are
She
people
felt
in the
my
world.
boobs. She knows I have boobs.
There are twice as many boobs as there are people in this world.
Actually, there's more. 51% of the population is female.
Science.
What? I was counting man boobs.
Then there's way more. There would be 4
That's why I said
times.
twice as many.
Yeah, there are 4 times as many.
One person has 2 boobs, Evan.
Yes.
So,
What about dead people? Do they count?
it still works. It's a
Yeah,
ratio.
there are 2
It
times.
gets eaten off for the worms.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Dead people don't have
What
boobs.
about people with breast cancer? Do they count?
Oh, fuck.
They're almost
Am I allowed
people.
to swear on this podcast?
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Well, apparently we can't.
We can.
Shut the fuck up.
Silence.
Okay, we can start now. We've been pleasant for like 2 times, cussing.
No, I think I cussed earlier in our second episode.
Yeah, no, we've cussed, but
Yeah.
we've been limiting it.
So don't cuss a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is our first explicit
like
podcast.
it's for when you need to use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's jump into our first
I don't
topic
think we
of the day.
introduced me.
Did we not
Oh
introduce?
no,
we didn't.
Anyone.
Wow,
Me
we are
too.
crazy.
All right.
I feel so loved.
Say this
Oh.
voice is.
This voice is.
Insert name here.
I'm Heidi, and I'm better known as Kim Viable in the gaming world and Major League Greeting on the BookTube world, if you know what that even is.
BookTube.
Follow,
We can-
like, and subscribe.
We can
Yeah.
link to you on this one.
Yeah.
There goes linked.
Link
What are you going to be linking to?
I don't know what I'm
to
linking
your
to.
YouTube page.
Do
Okay.
you want us to link to you?
Sure.
I'll just
I have
look
to
up.
make a video.
I
I
know.
made one in 8 months.
I have nothing to link
Yeah, but
to.
currently, we are subscribed to your page that has one video, which is the cup song.
That's the other one,
I know.
but thanks.
Well, Austin's doing
Subscribe
his
to
cup
lots of them. I could do that for you. if
And
you
then the
want.
giggles
The giggles and wiggles.
is a ghost.
And then let's not forget the silent one who's over in the corner being her drawing self.
I'm Peyton. I'll be the laugh track for this evening.
Ha 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 ha
Guys, it's just like Big Bang Theory.
ha ha
It wouldn't be funny, but
ha.
there's a laugh track.
No.
Now you're actually laughing. Because you're so dumb.
What are you going to talk about today?
Today, Evan wants to talk about your favorite Pokemon
What's your
starter.
favorite Pokemon starter, and then your favorite Pokemon overall? For me, it's the same. It is Quilava. Of the Cyndaquil Quilava Typhlosion
Snap.
evolution. Austin.
I think one of them should go first.
Okay.
So I've never played a lot of Pokemon.
That's okay.
So who is my starter in the only Pokemon game I've ever played and not yet completed is Pokemon Red, and I think I started with the Bulbasaur. So he's my favorite starter. Because I didn't know what I was doing, and I know who that one is.
Okay,
If anything, that is the hardest mode to play Pokemon.
That is the easiest mode to play Pokemon.
Are you kidding?
That's why I chose it.
No, because you beat the first 2 gyms.
Without
Super easy.
Only those, though. The rest of the game is really hard. The grass
But
Pokemon is always hard.
By then you can pick up other Pokemon.
Yeah, but I got stuck in the cave that you can't see anything until you get Flash, and I haven't been able to get Flash in the
okay. So, when I was a kid, I always wanted to get 3 versions of Pokemon. I wanted red, blue, and another red. So I could have all the starters.
Yeah.
You get a Charmander, you get a Bulbasaur, and then you get a Charmander again. Because fuck Bulbasaur.
Oh, so you know how you said you couldn't get Flash?
Yeah.
If you hold the Game Boy at the right angle, you can see the path.
That's true
Does it work on a
also,
Game Boy Advance?
iPhone does not support Flash, so you can't beat it in that.
What?
People who know about programs on computers and people who don't.
Yep. Also, the Justice League is incomplete on iPhone, but you know.
Oh wait, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, I know you get
okay.
it.
I was like, what do you mean? Can I not force TMs or HMs into my phone?
No, you can't because it doesn't support Flash.
Get in there.
But if you have an iPhone, I support HM1 against you. I will cut you. I'm kidding. I don't care. It was bad joke.
Anyway, so your favorite Bulbasaur? You're just gonna go with Bulbasaur?
What's my
You've
favorite
never found
Pokemon?
one that's like super cute? Like
No, that was my favorite starter because it's the only starter I've ever had.
Yeah.
My favorite Pokemon. No. He's annoying.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're correct on that.
Do we all agree that Pikachu is like the worst?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty much.
Like, I always get a Pikachu until I can get a Flaffy.
See, I don't know.
I always get a Pikachu until I get a Thunderstone.
I think I can name a total of like maybe 15 Pokemon. So I don't have a big pool to choose from.
Okay.
But
Say you love Geodude because he's a rock with arms.
No. Though I do like arms.
You love arms.
I do like arms.
If
I have an arm
people don't
thing.
have arms, she doesn't really like them. So if you're listening to this and you don't have arms, how
So I don't like Diglett.
You don't like Diglett?
Wait, no, Diglett has arms. Have you seen that picture?
Yes, I have seen it.
Like in their head.
Or when it's a guy laying down underground
Yeah.
and it's just his dick.
Yeah. That's my
I like.
Totos. I like Totos.
Photos.
You know what? I don't know what I like because I haven't played enough Pokemon.
Do you think this one's cute?
I like.
This one?
I can even name all 3 of the evolutions of that one.
You can't?
I can.
Oh.
But only because you were talking about it earlier. I only know Charmander and Charizard before you said Charmeleon.
Yeah.
Charmeleon? I like
Pokemon
Charizard,
Snap.
I guess. He's
You haven't played Pokemon Snap, have you?
I haven't played any Pokemon, I'm sorry.
I'm bringing
Should
Pokemon
we
Snap
introduce
over.
my gaming background in this?
Yeah, we
Because,
really should.
Introduce your gaming background and like what you're into and everything. So that like, because what Austin and I bring to the table, like I'm the Zelda fanatic / computer gamer. Austin is more of the retro gamer and other things.
Retro gamer
And I
and
also
like
do
portable
comics.
gaming.
And so like we have our specialties that we bring to the table.
I'll be your mobile player.
No, we don't
I'm
want
sorry
a
that you
mobile
don't like
player.
MOBAs. Let's see. So my gaming history started about 4 years ago,
From the beginning.
and
This should be a topic.
my gaming history.
Our gaming histories.
Oh, so should we finish
Like what we
Pokemon
started
first?
with?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, well, Peyton,
I
let's go
don't
ahead.
have a favorite
We'll come
Pokemon
back to
because I don't
it.
know enough. I'll think.
Okay, think. Peyton,
I'll scoot closer.
I can hear you.
Okay. Favorite starter. Well, I'm really loving my what is it, the little Firefox
Fennekin?
I
Pretty
really
cool, actually.
you know what, people give it so much shit for being a furry, but I think it's
Only
hella
its second
cute.
evolution.
Third.
No, the third one is wearing a big like battle dress and there's the wand.
It looks like she's wearing
The
like a
second one
kimono.
looks like a furry.
It's just
I
a
think
stick.
she's cute, and I like love her so much because she makes me so happy. And I like restarted my game 20 times just so I could get a female.
Because it's like 90%.
I remember you doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like we sat in the Carl's Jr. And then my favorite Pokemon is gonna have to be either Mew or Dragonite because they're the best.
Okay, so Mew sucks, but is adorable, and Dragonite is legitimately the best Pokemon. Like, can't argue it, because it is the best Pokemon. In the first gen, it was unbeatable.
You know what's better than a Dragonite? Another
Dragonites.
fucking
There's
Dragonite.
no.
Lance gets his dick sucked 3 times a day.
One for every Dragonite.
Yes.
I don't remember the name of that video, but it's awesome.
It was awesome.
Motherfucking Dragonites, I believe, if you search.
Maybe, yeah.
Like that.
Plugging. I guess.
Yeah, plugging people we don't know.
I don't want to make references without
Giving credit.
Giving credit.
Yeah,
So.
no, I get it. But that's like all we
just
do.
looking at a list of Pokemon and being like, oh, that one's cute.
Yes.
No, maybe. I think.
Do you like Chanseys? Do you like Mudkip?
I don't even know what Chansey is.
It's not very
I
attractive.
thought about Magikarp
Okay,
for a little bit
She's
though.
a giant pink thing with an egg in the front.
Okay, better
She's
version
like
of this
the
question.
hospital Pokemon.
Which Pokemon is each of us according to the other ones?
Oh, I want to know.
Like, Austin, I'm going to say that you are a Charmander.
Yeah, because you're. Yeah.
You are a Charmander.
Yeah.
And he's also ginger, so it kind of
But
fits.
what am I, Austin? What Pokemon am I?
I want to think of like the
Give me a
worst
second.
one. You're like a Snorlax.
Snorlax, that's it.
No.
You are.
He's not. No, he's not.
I'm
He
like
wishes
a
he
mixture
was.
between a Snorlax.
You kind of wake up and eat, and you kind of go back and do your thing.
Yeah.
He's not a Snorlax. You have to be fat
You're
to
too
be a
cute to be a
Snorlax.
Snorlax.
You're not
Snorlax
fat.
is adorable.
I don't even know what half these are.
You're like. I don't know.
Geodude gives him a rock arms.
No. You're like
Scrawny
something
little
tall.
arms. Geodude's not buff. He's got scrawny little arms.
And Peyton, you could be Fennekin. You have like the fluffy hair.
If my hair's curly, I would definitely say I would be a Vulpix.
Vulpix.
Is that the one with like 9 tails?
That's
Ninetales.
Ninetales
That's
is
it.
evolved from
But
It's
that.
actually
white?
called 9 tails.
Is it white or red?
It's the white fox.
Then you're
It's
thinking
got Ninetales.
Red, that's Vulpix. Vulpix turns into Ninetales.
I like Vulpix.
Vulpix is pretty great.
I choose Vulpix.
I think you're
Oh,
a
there's
Jigglypuff.
I'm a Jigglypuff. Really?
Jigglypuff.
Ouch.
Jigglypuff is also female Kirby.
Okay, yeah, if anybody knows my Mario Smash
Absorb your
Bros.
powers.
Melee play style, I am Jigglypuff. Because all I play is Kirby.
Oh, they are the same.
Yep.
So what were we gonna jump into after this though?
I don't know. Those were like all my
Gaming
topics.
history.
Oh,
Gaming history,
Mostly
yeah.
because mine
Yes.
sucks.
Heidi, tell us.
So it's time for story time, children. So,
Ah,
I had... It's not time for the circle of life, it's time for story time. So,
Alright, sit crisscross on the carpet. Everyone.
except for me, 'cause I'm the storyteller. So, 20 years ago, I was born. 16 years later, I got a Wii.
Wait a second.
16 years.
You're still 20? That's right, you're younger than...
She's a
than
month
you
younger
are.
than me.
Yeah, we're
Okay, no, story time.
You guys
Okay.
are old.
Continue.
You're cut off.
So, I got a Wii my mom got a Wii when I was 16 because she wanted to use the Wii Fit. And then all I had was Link's crossbow training. And that was like the first console game I ever played. And previous to that I played like Flash games or whatever, but nothing really serious. And then my friend gave me an SP, and it had Pokemon Red, and I played a little bit of it, but because I had no gaming history, I suck.
The SP is the best Game Boy.
It's pretty great. And then
Wait, so you have an SP?
somewhere. I haven't
That's
unpacked
not
it
bad.
yet. And then I played games on other
DS
people's consoles, so like at daycare we played a little bit, but nothing serious. But then I discovered that I could buy games because I got a job, and so I spent lots of money on
you
games.
kids out there, get a job.
It's worth it.
Get jobs, you can buy
So
games.
many more
Hippies.
games. So many
And
more.
then when I was 18, I got a laptop solely so I could purchase. Oh yeah, I played Civilization a lot. Like I've probably racked up 500 plus hours on Civ 4 and another 100 on Civ 5 at least. But I haven't been playing it as much now. But I love games like that, strategy, turn-based games. And so I got a computer specifically so I could run Civ 5 at like the best thing ever. And then I got Skyrim because Skyrim came out about then. And then I was like, oh, games are amazing. So I acquired more, and now I spend all of my time playing League of Legends because I have no purpose in life. And that's about how it goes. And I still don't own a console, but the people I live with do.
You have a Nintendo 64.
That's
that
my
yours?
roommates.
When I was a wee little boy,
Wee little boy.
and I was living in Kuwait,
Living in Kuwait.
my dad went on a business trip.
Went on a business trip.
Heidi, Heidi, Heidi.
Your dog?
My dog.
Your dog?
Star went
And
on a
he came
business trip
back
with a potato.
with a potato. And he went, here's your first game. And I played with that potato, and I love that
Day
potato.
I died.
I still have it in my back pocket.
Hello, Bruce.
I love you, Bruce. And I actually came to like Batman because I found out that his name was the same as my potato's name. And one time at a Comic-Con, I got to interview the creator of Batman.
Potatoes.
And he said, yeah, I named him after your potato. And I was like, I knew it. The creators of Batman. We have to give credit to both of them. I don't remember their names, but there are two of them, and one of them doesn't get enough credit.
Anyway, so what really...
So when I was a wee little boy living in Kuwait, my dad went on a business trip and brought back, he would bring back like a computer game. Like the first one was either Fury, which was like this game where you're like a ship that went through tunnels and had to find a way out and blow something up. And then the other one was Sonic CD, and so I was immediately a huge Sonic fan. And then downstairs at the bottom of the apartment, there was a place nearby that was a barber shop, and they had 2 Dreamcasts, and one of them was always broken. But we didn't know which one. Like, it could be either one. So we'd go in, my brother and I would sit down, and, like, we would just hope that we sat down at the working one. And they had Sonic and Knuckles and Earthworm Jim. And it was my
Earthworm
brother's...
Jim was the best.
I always wanted to play Sonic, but my brother was older than me, so he'd kick me off and be like, no, you go play the other one. And so I became a big fan of Earthworm Jim. But like, yeah, I'm a Sega Sonic kid because Sonic was like my first 2 games. And then my first console, when I was a little older, I got a PlayStation 1, and that was amazing. And then like many years later, we got an N64, and like, as great as the PlayStation 1 is, N64 games are just so better quality. Like,
yeah.
PlayStation games are okay.
Nobody has the nostalgia for PlayStation 1 like they do with
Yeah, like Crash Bandicoot's great, and Spyro's great, and those were my first game, or my like first at-home games. But then yeah, we got an N64, and we didn't get an N64 basically until we moved to California, which means I was in 5th grade. And we got an N64.
No, you met me in 5th grade, so.
Oh.
4th grade?
Second half of 4th grade, and over the summer I was in California. That's when we got an N64, and that's when I fell in love with Ocarina of Time. And then I came here, and we met, and we were in love forever.
They really are. It's adorable.
But then, yeah, I've been keeping up on PlayStation and Nintendo consoles ever since. Like, I got a GameCube for the Christmas it came out.
When was your first Game
with
Boy?
With Mario Sunshine. My first Game Boy, I had a Game Boy Pocket, which was between the original Game Boy and the Game Boy Color.
Oh my god.
And then I got a Game Boy Color. My Game Boy Pocket was black, and my brother's was... what was his? He had the clear purple one of either the Color or the Pocket.
Yeah, it was the Game Boy Color.
I don't remember what his Pocket was, but I had a green color, and he had a clear purple, the Crystal.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we came here and got PlayStation 2 after I got my GameCube, and then my PS3 and a Wii, and now my PS4 and Wii U.
I guess we have an Xbox. I was gonna say we don't have any like current generation. I guess
no, you
Xbox
don't.
One. We don't have any current generation. We have an N64, He has a GameCube that doesn't read discs right now, and we have a PS2. And then we have an Xbox that's only been used to
If
play
you have
games.
an N64 and a PS2,
You really don't
you
need
have
to.
a beautiful library of games.
But I need to buy Bounty Hunter, but it costs like $70.
No, they have it at GameStar in Tualatin for like $17.
Tiger.
Oh, I should go there before there's somebody picks it up.
It might be on GameCube or
It's
it might be on.
GameCube.
But yeah, they have a GameCube one. I don't think I checked for the PS2 version.
I need a PS2 version because this GameCube's broken.
But yeah.
That's a good game. That was my
they
first
also
game,
have
I guess.
GameCubes for like $30.
I hogged.
So
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you
an old DS.
I have a DS Lite.
I have a DS that like no one uses anywhere somewhere.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Okay.
Why do people give me Game Boys?
Because we need you to play them.
I've been given an SP.
But
yeah, so that's my gaming history. Still in love with Zelda.
mine was I was from birth. I swear, my dad already was a gamer.
Oh, also important note, like my brother and I, huge gamers. No one else. My parents think games are kind of like my
Mom
mom.
was addicted to Animal Crossing.
My mom gets addicted to really like,
Dumb games?
well, mostly really dumb games and Animal Crossing.
Don't call Animal Crossing dumb.
She loves
Okay.
She got horribly addicted to Animal Crossing and like Farmville and other Facebook games and like
She Bejeweled.
it's really awful. Yeah, she did Bejeweled for a year and like almost started buying
She
things.
did all the Facebook games.
Yeah.
She had a problem.
She plays them until she has to pay money and then stops.
Oh.
She has a problem.
Yeah. So yeah, mine was like from birth. My dad was a huge arcade player back in the day, and then he had the original original NES and a Super Nintendo. When I came around, it was the year the N64 came out. Right, or was it like a year? I don't remember what year.
No, we're older than the N64.
Yeah, like
What
We
year
are?
is the N64?
I don't know, see if it says anything on it.
it's
like 95 or
It's-
something.
Yeah, so like I was
Wait.
a small child when it came
No.
out. My dad like
We have-
pre-ordered an N64, and we got it right
96.
away. He got the N64 with Super Mario 64.
And we're 91, 92.
Yeah,
You're 91?
He's
I'm
91.
You're not. Oh, God.
and so yeah, I grew up on Super Mario Brothers on the Super NES, and
Super Mario
Donkey
World.
Kong Country, and Earthworm Jim.
Okay.
And Donkey Kong Country 2, and just all those games, and then Super Mario, and that were my childhood games, and Diddy Kong Racing. Those were like the games I grew up on, and then like when I was like 12, no, I would have been like 8, I guess. 8 is when I started to branch out and started playing like Zelda games and GoldenEye and stuff like that. I mean, I had beautiful gaming as a child. And then what?
Okay.
What? I was just going to ask about Mario Kart and Mario Damacy.
Oh, Evan has
PS2.
Evan has
Credit to
Yeah.
Cat Mario Damacy.
God, so good.
Got my
Because Nathan hasn't played it either.
Roll it all up!
Nathan hasn't played Cat Mario Damacy,
Oh,
so
he'll
he
love
needs
it.
to play it.
He'll love it.
We should have a
But-
Katamari party.
Then
We should make a cake shaped like a Katamari.
that'd be so hard.
All you do is you take a cake, you crush it up, and then you mash it all back together.
Yeah, that's how cake
You
works.
can make little cake pops with the little.
There you go. That would work.
You can make that effort.
We should have a Katamari
I
party.
do love.
But
cake.
then
Danielle would be all over that. She
She
loves
might
cake
be.
pops and she loves Katamari.
she would
so-
love that.
Me
Little
and Heidi, I should
marshmallows.
go to her house and we'll make them. And
Yeah.
we'll bring them.
But then I got my first Game Boy Color the year the Game Boy Color came out. I got it for
Yeah, I
Christmas.
think I got mine for Christmas.
with Pokemon, and then I got Pokemon Gold, and I got like Super Mario Brothers, and I got like Army Men or something like that.
Army Men was awesome.
Yeah, and
Dude, I forgot about that game.
I had the entire at one point.
So
I had the
good.
entire collection of the Army Men games,
Yeah.
combined with my Game Boy and the N64. But yeah, those were awesome at the time because like that was my introduction to shooters. That and GoldenEye.
I can be our PC gamer.
Yeah, well, Evan's our PC gamer.
Evan's our PC gamer.
You don't play PC games. You play, like, WoW and whatever.
I've never played WoW a day in my life. I do play
WoW?
Hearthstone, though.
WoW and MOBAs are the same thing to us.
Yeah. Basically.
WoW
No,
spawned
because-
MOBAs.
Yeah, because it's online with other people and you pay money sometimes. And
You pay money when you, after like a year of being like, I'm never going to pay money for this game, and then you're like, oh, but I have extra money. To this day, I've been playing League for a year, and I've only spent $55 over the course of that year, and I feel pretty good about that.
So the cost of a game.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
There was a Penny Arcade comic that I think it was for a MOBA where they were like, you know what the best thing about this game is? It's free. It's so free. They kept talking about how great it is that it's so free. And he goes, how much money have you spent on it? He goes, $10,000.
If I could spend more money on League, I probably wouldn't, though, because I don't spend... I won't buy champions because I can get them for free. I'll buy skins if I have extra money, though.
Yeah.
You are our book nerd. Come on.
Yeah, we'll talk about books later. Unless you're done.
No, we'll do that. But yeah, and then after Game Boys, like, I mean, I had every kind of Game Boy after that up to current, except for the DSXL. And I didn't get the little...
the thing that no one got?
The thing that
Game Boy
nobody
Advance
got?
Mini or whatever?
Yeah, it was the Game Boy Mini or something like that. But
that
yeah.
was the thing.
And then I've had a PS3. I just dove into the PS3 because it was amazing. And everybody treated them like gold when they first came out because they were so expensive. And then I had an Xbox 360 that didn't ever work. But it was really nice when my PS3 broke and I didn't have anything else. And I sold my Wii. So I didn't have anything else. And then I just had my N64.
And then you'd come over to my house and go, I have nothing!
I have nothing. And then I went out and bought myself another PS3.
With $50 that I gave you.
Yeah, $50 that you gave me,
and like console so we can play games.
And like a shit ton of games I just had laying around. I was like, here, take all these things and give me money.
And GameStop gave you like $10.
No, they gave me a lot. They gave me like $50.
Okay.
Oh.
It was like a $200 system.
Alright.
But anyway, that's about it for my gaming history. I mean, I've played a lot of shit.
I have a problem with the new Shiny and
The new shiny what?
just the new Shiny.
Oh.
As in like I have a PS3, perfectly good, tons of games I haven't played yet. But the PS4 came out. There's one game I want to play.
Yeah.
But, ooh, it's the new Shiny. I have to have it.
Because what?
And that's why I have no money.
Yeah. Evan just bought a Wii U and a PS4.
I just bought a Wii U.
And you
after
just bought
losing
a PS4.
my job. I went out and bought a Wii U. And then I bought Mario Kart with it. And then I went, you know what? I want to play with friends. I need to buy another controller. And then I went, you know what? I need another game. And so, like...
It's this black little spiral of doom.
Yeah. But I haven't been spending money on anything else. I spend no money except for on things for the Wii U. So.
I spend all my money on food because I work at a grocery store.
Yeah. And, that's it, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Foot massage time.
I like this whole idea of a podcast because they have no idea what we're doing.
We don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on right now.
We're actually
all
having a
naked right
very
now.
calm orgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. Actually, we're really close. If Evan takes his shoes off, and is Peyton wearing
Peyton's
socks?
wearing shoes.
Oh, yeah, you guys gotta get naked with us.
Yeah.
Get naked.
It's okay.
We'll have an orgy. We'll rub all of our feet together.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
That's how orgies work.
I don't like me.
Peyton, gaming history?
It's not really that exciting.
Neither is
Did you
Heidi.
hear mine?
Yeah.
16 years into my life, I finally got a kind of game.
I know. I just hung out with
Peyton's very
I
similar.
hung out with a lot of nerdy people that had games, but I never had my own, so I could never just be like, oh, I want to sit down for 5 hours and play through this entire game.
Yeah, but what games did you play when you were little, at a friend's house and kind of stuff? Did you play
you ever
Mario
play
Kart?
No, I played a lot of Bounty Hunter at daycare. because I was the oldest, and I was just
Bounty
like, I
Hunter
hate all of you. I'm gonna play Bounty Hunter.
At
That was
daycare.
amazing.
That makes
Daycare worth it.
No,
Except for
no.
okay.
That makes me feel really old because I think of Bounty Hunter and I'm like,
I was
School.
I was old enough to help out at daycare, but I wasn't really old enough to stay home by myself for hours at a time. It was in the summer.
okay.
So like I was allowed to stay home by myself for like an hour or two. I was in like 5th grade. But I couldn't.
We are old, Evan.
Yeah,
You graduated
every
a year
time
before me.
Every time they mention things, like
You're only like a
I
year older than
associate
me
them with
too.
my little sister.
I know, right?
So like,
Well, that's
I feel
because
like
I
it's
had
over.
the younger sister, and so I got like drawn into all of that.
I'm an only child, so I just kind of
Went with it.
went with whatever showed up.
Yep.
And then I played Mario Kart a lot with friends on the Wii. But like,
Right.
I had lots of nerdy friends. My mom was anti-buying games and anything. Really.
Same.
Kind of sucks.
My cousins have like every single console ever, and so we would sneak up to my cousin's bedroom, and we would play Street Fighter, and so I basically just kind of mooched off of my cousins. Then like my grandma got a PS2 for the grandchildren, and
My grandma bought.
yeah, and then
I
like
need me some Call of Duty.
and then like. My dad got an Xbox, and that's when I started playing Lego Star Wars, and
Oh, we experienced that with you the other day.
I
And then she's like, why are you shooting the good guys? And you're like, those are Nazis, Grandma. And she's like, I know. You're like, Grandma. And she goes, we lost the war, but we don't have to accept it. No. You're not hitting too close to home.
We should talk about weirdest dreams at some point.
I don't know if you want to dive into that. Were you there? No, you weren't there. Peyton was there when I told her about how I had a dream where I was a woman.
Oh yeah.
I had a dream I was Hitler's son. Do you want to get into weird dreams?
Let Peyton finish her
Go ahead.
story.
Finish your game
Okay.
history.
When I was in 1st grade, I got a Game Boy Advance for my birthday, and so I had that, and I had Spyro 2, Fire and Ice, which apparently nobody knows of. It's not a thing.
I've heard of
apparently.
it.
He doesn't like. He
It's
was
the
like.
start of bad Spyros.
It is, but I've heard of it.
but-
I loved it,
Yeah.
and then I had
The kids are dumb.
Really
Pokemon
bad dot right here.
red and yellow.
No, you
And
got a
then
knot here.
jump forward to
Well,
freshman
there's a
year.
bone here, but you have a knot. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm not very.
The orgy needs to be quiet. Okay.
It's an orgy with 2 people.
There are 12 other people on you. They're good at being quiet.
Yeah, shh. All you other guys, be
Shush.
quiet.
Freshman year,
Yeah.
I got a PS2 finally, when like the PS3 like was out, and so I wasn't able to play with anybody because they were like, "That's dumb." And then my senior year, with my graduation money, I bought a Wii, and
That's what you got?
Good choice.
I got. Okay, so I got a Wii, I got like 4 games, 4 controllers, the giant 4 charger thing, all for like $100.
That's actually really good.
Oh.
It is. It
Good
was
decision
my
then, I
friends lost their house, so they were having a
Oh,
sale.
I see.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
got that, and then
Let me profit off of your loss.
I started dating this kid over here.
Me?
Yeah, and then you like
Oh.
made me start playing more games.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Evan, you really are the force that pushed me into gaming.
I
Yeah.
push nerdy things on people.
Yeah. Like, I was...
Yeah, I think you did that
push
to me
comics
too.
on people. I push games on people.
Yeah, I was really...
I had never read a
content.
single comic until I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
And then
Ever.
you got
I'm
like
gonna
5.
add that...
I've read more than 5. I've read like 10.
But, like, I was totally content just having an N64 and my Game Boy Color when I
And then
met
it was
you.
like, hey man, this is called a GameCube.
This is
It has a game called Animal Crossing. I think you'd like it.
Yeah. And then I went home and I proceeded to draw it out on paper, and I had it so it would spread over the entire carpet of my room. and I drew everything interactive in pencil, and everything that would not be interactive was in pen. That way I could
he would
erase
draw
stuff.
in like new houses and neighbors, and new items were in the shop each day that he'd come up with. And him and his sister would play a paper version of Animal
That's
Crossing.
pretty awesome.
That is the best thing I've ever heard.
This is before we played D&D. Austin
Austin
pen
was
and paper,
born to play D&D.
Austin's pen and paper OG.
Austin is the DM.
Yeah, no, because I knew how to draw things. Like, that was it. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
I mean, before that, like, I used to draw shit tons of Pokemon and shit, like, just because I love Pokemon. Like, when I couldn't have the game and stuff, I would just draw the cards.
See, I couldn't even have the cards.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, dude. Pokemon cards. So, like, Pokemon cards, when I started getting Pokemon cards, like, we'd get it, my parents would, like, get us a few packs, and I'm like, oh, cool, I got a shiny one, a holographic one, as we would call them.
They're overall holographic.
You know, oh, look, it's a holographic one. And then, weird thing, you know how my mom was addicted to Animal Crossing and stuff?
Yeah.
She got really into, like, the collection side of Pokemon.
I could see that.
It was really weird. So, like, we would go out and buy cards,
Yeah.
and then she would open them, go through them, and pull out the cards we didn't have and the holographics, and then she bought, like a book for cards to slide them into and keep them safe.
Wow.
Because we needed to have a complete collection and take good care of them.
Wow.
And I'm like, these are for playing with, Mom, what's up? And she would look at our cards before we got to.
Yeah,
and it made us really mad.
That's kind of silly.
My mom was always like, it's just a waste of money, and now I'm like, I could still sell some of those cards for like the same amount I bought them or more. Like, this wasn't a waste of money.
Some of them, yeah.
Or like Pokemon, like original Pokemon, like Red and all that, you can sell that for more than they were purchased for now, basically.
The Game Boy games? Yeah.
If you go to GameStop, they're like
it's
still like
because
50 bucks.
it's hard to find ones that still work.
Yeah, I have a Pokemon Red that's in good condition.
Yeah,
I have a Pokemon
That I
green.
stole from my ex's older brother.
Yeah, my ex that let me play Pokemon on his, and then I stole his Red when we broke up. His gold stopped working because of the weird timer thingy that happened a couple years ago.
Yeah.
His gold stopped working, so we couldn't do anything on it.
Yeah.
But I did steal his Red and a couple of his DVDs.
Nice.
And his bed.
That's how you get back at people.
Pretty much. Steal their Pokemon Red. Person breaks up with you, you get their
I
Pokemon
would
Red.
Totally do
Remember,
that.
if someone breaks up with you, steal things.
I have all of my ex's Magic cards. That's because he has stuff in my basement still, because he's lazy. But I've got
That's been like years.
Why have you not, like, burned it or sold it or something?
Because I'm a good person.
Well,
I don't
stop
know.
it.
Why don't you play with it? We play Magic a lot.
They're
We
actually.
did for a while.
We would if more people wanted to.
I think
I
the
don't
ones that
know.
I have are actually his cousin's old cards. Who died a couple years
I have
ago.
like 2 decks.
So I wouldn't want to mess with them.
I have a deck from when I went to China, and I have a deck that I bought the other week.
Your Chinese deck is hilarious.
Why?
Mooch.
It's a real deck.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it had fake cards in it.
I like
Okay.
mooch gaming things off of people because I use all of my roommate's Steam games. I have my computer hooked up to his, so if he's not playing, I can play any of his games.
Awesome.
I have somebody gave me a Magic deck, somebody's giving me an SP. Jonathan gave me a PS2, but then we moved in together, so it's kind of his again. Like, people just give me the things that I want. It's great. If you can, go that route because it's a lot cheaper
If you're
than
a
buying
girl,
all of it.
Remember, ladies,
If you have
men will
boobs.
give you things.
Basically.
we'll just give you stuff.
I did have Johnny's game or DS.
Yeah, Johnny's the one who gave me the SP.
Yeah, no, I was playing Kingdom Hearts 365.
I find it funny. I have a theory. I'm sorry, are we done? No? Continue.
Yeah, I'm done.
Continue your theory. What's your
So
theory?
I have a theory that nerd guys give girls presents because of video games. Because in every video game that has like a romance option, the way you romance a girl is by giving them things. You give them things, and then like you talk to them each day, and then through programming they just, eventually they'll fall in love with you. And that's why nerd guys will give girls things, and then when they don't fall in love with them, they're like, I'm in the friend zone. It's like that's what we've been taught our entire lives, is that if you give girls things, then they have to fall in love with you.
That's so. Oh my goodness. That's so smart.
My love with Alistair is real. Don't we start talking shit?
You have to give him stuff?
Yeah, Dragon Age. That's how you fall in love with people. Is you give them things.
I've never thought about
and then you
that.
talk to them each day, and they go, "Oh, I love you now."
I've always heard the whole go find your princess in the castle, and then they you get the girl kind of thing. But I think that's a better explanation.
Yeah, it's like you feel like
it's more realistic.
It's really objectifying in a way because it's like, oh, I find the princess, save her, and then she's mine. It's not like, what if you find the princess, you save her, you did everything right, and then she's like, I'm not into you. Like, we're
You're
not...
thanks for saving me,
You're not...
You're a no-girl.
No, what if she... Basically.
Oh, no, I put my shot glass away.
No, plus we all know Shrek is in love with Shadow.
That is...
Never look that up.
Look it up, it's the best.
Don't.
Bet you weren't Shrek expecting that.
Hey, I think we're overreacting here.
Can we talk about how you and I met at some point?
Eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Not now. Later. It'll come up.
It'll come up.
It'll come up. Yeah, so I think that makes a lot of sense, and that, there's really nothing you can do about that, because in video games, you couldn't have, a character where you can give them gifts and sweet talk them and everything, and then eventually just have them be like, I need you to back off because you're making me uncomfortable.
That would be so great, though.
That can't be in a video game, because video games are not about real life. Video games are about being the hero.
What are you talking about? Animal Crossing is real life.
And there's no romance
on
real
life game.
I mean, he makes a valid point.
Whether you play or not.
I don't know. I've got a few of my neighbors who are kind of obsessed with me. It's a little creepy.
Yeah. They give me surprise birthday parties, and I haven't even talked to them in months.
I get tons of letters from this koala bear named Eugene. He's obsessed with me.
Did you watch True Facts about marsupials? We're gonna watch that later. Everybody listening should also watch True Facts About Marsupials by Zay Frank. It's beautiful.
You mentioned dreams, and there's a couple dreams that I want to bring up.
Okay.
That are just awesome.
Let's just talk about dreams, and then
So,
I'll
I had a dream one time. My favorite dream, the most fun I've ever had in a dream, was it was my friend and I just in my backyard, which has a side gate, and there were zombies wandering around the street, and one of us would open the gate, and the other one would stand there and be like, woohoo, zombies come in here. And then a zombie would come in and we'd close the gate real quick. And then the other one would pop out with a lead pipe and just bash it in the head and kill it. And then we'd just trade pipe. And then the other one would open the door and call him in. And so I had a dream of we were the zombie cleanup crew basically. The apocalypse was over, but we were just cleaning up. And it was so much fun to just kill zombies. And then I have this one, it's probably my weirdest dream, is it was a reoccurring dream when I was little, that my mom and I turned into werewolves, but not, scary werewolves, although everyone treated us
They were like
Teen
New
Wolf
Moon.
kind of wolves?
No, it was New Moon.
Everybody treated
don't
us...
knock that show.
No,
It's
the
terrible.
movie.
Oh.
Everybody treated us like scary werewolves, but we looked like the big bad wolf art, kind of like the wolf wearing granny's clothing kind of thing, where it's cartoony and goofy, but everyone shunned us, and I had to leave society, and and I was a horrible monster, and that I had that dream multiple times. Weird.
I really want to hear a psychologist's perspective on why you had that dream.
I had a dream that was a multiple occurrence.
All of my bad dreams are about everyone teaming up against me, so I feel like I'm paranoid.
Or you're afraid of being alone.
I'm horrified of being alone.
That's what it is.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm always dreaming about people breaking up with me or monsters trying to kill and eat me.
Monsters trying to kill and eat you, the classic kid dream.
Yeah. No, yeah. My reoccurring dream that I had two reoccurring dreams growing up. One was it was Christmas night, and for whatever reason the town is oh no, the abominable snowman's coming, and basically it was a Yeti, and it was basically the things from Star Wars,
Wampa.
Destroyer?
It was basically a Wampa.
Oh, Wampa.
Basically a Wampa, and they would invade the town on Christmas Eve, and so people were were like raiding the stores and there was like lines of cars to get out of the city, and for some reason I stay behind. And, like, I always remember there's, like, a part where I'm under the kitchen table and it's, like, walking through the house and, like, I see its legs and stuff. And somehow it always ends with, like, whoever's left alive in the town somehow finds their way to this, like, football stadium. And at the top of the football stadium in the stands, there's, like, a stage. And we hide behind the curtain on the stage. And it's just everything's covered with snow, right? And then the monsters, they eventually find us. And I shoot it, and it falls all the way down to where the grass would be, but it's really ice, and it breaks through and drowns in the water. And that's how it ends.
Gruesome.
Okay,
That's great. I need to...
That's a reoccurring
Oh.
dream.
So I had one dream that really stuck with me. That was I've had multiple dreams like this, but this one, like, I remember the most vividly. Is like I'm hiking through like basically deserty eastern Oregon, southern Oregon.
Okay.
And so I'm hiking through this area with a kid who's like a 12-year-old boy, I think, something. And I'm not related to him, but like I feel like I found him and just kind of went, okay, come with me. You're gonna die on your own. And so I'm wandering through this road, and we find a cult living in the desert. And this is in the post-apocalypse, so like everything's gone, and there's this creepy religious cult down there. And the sun comes up as we're trying to sneak by, and we hide in this little riverbed, but they find the kid, and so, like, I jump up and have to, like, I punch the guy in the face, and we start running away up, like, these rocky cliffs, and there are two of them coming after us, and they grab the kid, and I'm up higher, and I jump back, kick the guy in the face, and then, like, I find a screwdriver just sitting there in the rocks for some reason, and I stab the other one, like, in the throat with it. And then grab the kid and, like, run over the hill, and we're safe, finally. And then I look out in the distance over a hill, and I see, like, a group of, like, 7 more kids just wandering, and I'm like, shit. I have to protect these ones.
All these children.
Okay.
So all these children.
But I woke up that morning feeling like I had killed someone, and it was the worst feeling ever. It was really weird.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so... I'm always the friend that has the really weird dreams. I very rarely have nightmares. There's like 3 nightmares I've had in my entire memory of my life. One of them when I was really little, and Land Before Time was still scary, and me and my family
Wait.
got crushed.
No!
Wait. Ducky?
God damn it!
Okay, but like, we would get crushed by a T-Rex.
I don't think you understand how hot Ducky is.
Okay.
She doesn't know this.
Have you seen Petrie? No, I don't know.
Austin thinks the Ducky's hot. He said it himself.
And you don't know the story.
Okay,
He was really horny for Ducky.
but
That's
back
the
to
story.
dreams. It's okay, I'm really horny for Kovu, and I still am. I won't even deny that.
Okay.
So anyways, back to dreams. So I not only have nightmares, but I have really weird dreams. And there's 2 that I really remember, and one of them really establishes my weird, nerdy side, because it was the one and only time I've lucid dreamed. Dreamed.
We're gonna go with dreamed because I don't think it's right, but it sounds better.
Okay,
It's dreamt.
so if any of you have seen Star Trek Voyager, you'll know about what I'm talking about if you've seen this episode.
Wait, is Voyager the one with the female captain?
Voyager is the one with the female
It's
captain.
a really good one.
I really like it. And so I was dreaming, and there's an episode of Star Trek Voyager where the second in command, Commander Chakotay,
Yeah.
there's like this alien race that makes them all fall asleep, and Chakotay is lucid dreaming, and he knows because he sees the moon. And so once I was dreaming, and the moon was in the sky, and I was like, wait, if I can make that moon move, I am dreaming. And I did, and it was the coolest thing ever, and all I did was fly. Like, I just jumped around in the room, like, flying.
You're like,
I was like, sweet,
I've
because I
only
made the moon
lucid
move.
dreamed
And that's the only time I've lucid dreamed. And then my other dream, which is much weirder, was pretty recently. This happened like 2 months ago, maybe. And earlier that day, we'd been talking about Hitler. And that night, I had this dream that I was Hitler's son.
Talking about Hitler as in he was a bad guy, right?
Probably. We're actually no. Okay, with me usually
Just
talking.
say yes.
Sure.
We don't. You're like
We got support.
I was dreaming about being Hitler's son. Makes it
So-
sound like that'd be great.
I find like criminal psychology and like psychology of bad guys
Yeah, it's
really interesting. So that was probably what we were talking about.
First, I want to put forward that this podcast does not support Hitler
In any way.
in any way. A lot of people say, hey, he fixed the economy. I say it's not okay to fix the economy by wiping out an entire race.
Nor do the comments
Also,
or
I believe
statements
race, but-
of Heidi reflect and or represent the
As much as Heidi might
Nerdcorner.
want Hitler.
I want y'all to know that my wisdom tooth just broke through my gums.
right now.
Wow.
It doesn't hurt or anything. I just want you to know that.
Thank you.
We just, all the listeners.
All of
just
the listeners to this
experienced
podcast
something.
witnessed my wisdom tooth poking through because I am a child, apparently. Anyways, this dream, I was Hitler's son, and first of all, I'm a
Did you
girl,
look at your
so
penis?
being Hitler's son, no, I did not. I just had some weird gender confusion in my dream, because this is not the first time I've been a boy in my dreams, but I'm definitely, like, I don't feel boyish
It's
at all.
okay. I've been a woman.
So, in this dream, Hitler, like, he loved me like a son, like a normal father would. And so I didn't know that he was like this crazy monster Jew killer. So, and I had like this friend who was Jewish before World War II started. And then he stopped hanging out with me, and I was so sad. And I was like, why can't we hang out anymore? And we got in this elevator because I was like following him because I was like, we need to hang out. Why won't you talk to me? And we get in the elevator, and he, like, stops, and he's like, don't you know what your dad is doing? And I was like, no, he won't let me go to school, which is, like, all the Nazi kids go to school in Nazi Germany, and my dad, who was Hitler, wouldn't let me go to Nazi school because he wanted to, like, protect me from the war or whatever, and I just, like, broke down crying in this elevator because he wouldn't let me go to Nazi school, and then I woke up, and I was just like,
And then he
what?
took you to Lake Lao guy.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. No, and then I just woke up and I was just like, why, what, how, all of those general questions.
It's okay. Hitler would have killed you in the end.
I wasn't a Jew!
No, he killed his own family.
Yeah, we
Killed
should
his-
pass syphilis as like the talking thing.
As the talking
Oh
stuff.
yeah, you can't talk unless you have syphilis.
Yeah.
Well, you're
I
talking.
just don't even want to explain
I
it.
will never speak again.
So,
I don't want to
Should we
catch
move
Why are you
on?
talking?
Yes.
should we move on? Is it just...
What time?
We're like at almost an hour now.
Oh, okay, so we have a little bit.
We should get
But we
close
should
to
start
finishing
wrapping
up. Yeah.
Okay. Can I
Um,
pick the topic?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
Yeah, please do.
Throw a
Can
topic.
we talk about books for a little bit?
Of course.
I feel like this is my first
Yeah, and that's your thing.
part on this show, and books are my thing, so
Books
I feel
are
like
your
this
thing.
needs to bring up. So my question is two-parter, and one is, what's your favorite book? And the second is, what is the book you have read the most? Because they're usually not the same thing for a lot of people.
Like the
I'm
most
curious.
times?
Yeah. And your favorite book.
Like any book ever, right?
Any book ever.
Okay.
I've never read a book more than once.
Oh, well then
She also
you don't
doesn't
count.
read books with no
Or
pictures.
just tell me your
My
reading
favorite-
history.
My favorite books are probably Dracula and The Giver.
Oh, The Giver's so good, and I'm never gonna see the movie because it looks
I'm
terrible.
so disappointed in that movie.
Yeah,
I've
we all
never
are.
gonna see
We
it.
all are. I don't believe. I just can't
Did we
believe
talk about
Lois.
this earlier on the podcast?
Yeah, we talked about this on one of our podcasts.
Okay.
Lois Lowry gave it her stamp of approval. The movie, and I don't know why. Like, I feel like they
or
betrayed
trying
her.
to make
Or just
everything
kind of go
awful,
over your
actually.
reading history, and then I'll go over mine at the end.
But okay,
I don't know.
I'll start then. The book that's my favorite, and it's actually almost the book that I've read the most, is The Hobbit. It's like my favorite book. It was the first real novel I read as a kid. I went to a tutor, and she was like, "Here, read this," and I was like, "Ah!" And then of course. I know, right? And then, of course, I saw the animated Hobbit movies, and that made me love it even more. And then, of course, the Lord of the Rings movies and stuff came out later, and it just made me love it more. But I've read that book so many times. I know that story so well, and I love it. It's just the pure adventure, and I relate to Bilbo Baggins so much as a middle-class white guy who likes adventure.
Oh, I forgot I wrote my bottom book today.
But, like, I totally get that. like being born into money, not really needing anything in life, and then just like
Everyone on the listening now hates you.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, right? I know. I'm sorry. I relate to Bilbo Baggins. I can't help it. But I love everybody in my drama class hated me too for the same reason. We played a game called "What's Your Problem?"
Oh yeah.
and I
remember
was
that.
like, I don't have any.
Yeah.
As a joke, and everybody just was like, everybody through their teary eyes just looked up and glared at me, and they're just like,
I don't.
I was like, the two girls before me told me about how they got raped and how their parents abused them and shit. And it's like, okay, I don't think I belong here.
Yeah, everyone's super deep, and then they're like, Austin, what's your problem?
You're like, I don't
And you're
know.
like,
Ah,
My PS3 is broken.
yeah,
my problem is that I hang out with drama kids, and I'm a happy person.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
basically.
They bring me down. But yeah, that was. But the book that I've probably read the most is
That's
Jansen's History of Art.
It's a pretty good choice.
And I don't know the edition number, but I love
Do
it.
you just like reading through it?
I like the pictures.
So.
But no, I've actually read that entire textbook multiple times, and that's a big textbook.
Do you have any reading history to share or anything? What's
Other-
your life with reading like?
What's my life? I'm like Evan,
Did you
I don't
grow up
read.
reading, or are you just like, I don't
No,
read anything?
not at all. I don't like reading. I liked being read to. I liked audiobooks.
Hey, audiobooks
Audiobooks
are great.
You can look at my bookshelf right now. I have, because I put it up today, and
They're
it's
fine.
totally crooked. And
There
yeah,
are like 3 books and like 10
Two.
N64 games.
and 2 of them are graphic novels. Like,
That's great. Have you read Saga yet?
yeah,
Yeah, he's
Good.
yeah,
Well, you lent it to me. I lent
Good.
it to him.
yeah. You lent it to a
Everybody
lot of
read
people.
it.
If anybody listening, if you are
Check out Saga.
out
a
Saga.
mature age, go read Saga. Like,
Oh.
If you're not, you might.
Another one
if
of my
you're not,
favorite
if
books.
you're not of a mature age,
officially recommend it to people to young.
if you're not of mature age, please get parent permission
Yeah.
before reading this.
It's
but
a
holy
little
cow, it's
explicit.
amazing.
Be like, Mammy, these books
It's
got
a-
lots of titties in them.
It's got a lot of mature content,
Yeah.
but it is really good, and it's not like
And it has the most realistic, like mother-father,
child
actual relationship in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Of
so good.
any
Okay.
comic ever.
I just remembered another favorite book of mine.
Yeah.
It's a really close second.
Yeah.
It's called The Acorn People. It's not what you think. I read it on a total whim. Like, I was taking a reading class in high school, and like we had to read a book a week. And so
Where's this class when I needed it?
I know, right? And so, like, I hate reading. I'm like Evan. So I was like, I have nothing to read. And so my teacher was like, here, read this. You'll like it. And I was like, Acorn People, that sounds like shit. It's really short, too. It's like
Giver length?
it's like, yeah, it's the Giver length. It's a little book. It's really old. It might be out of print now. But it's about a camp counselor, like a kid in high school who
That
signs up
likes
to
to
be a
give
camp
her
counselor.
length,
God damn it.
if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge,
That's really
nudge.
small.
Ah!
But
Never mind.
he signs up to be a summer camp counselor because he thinks that's going to be an awesome job. And then he gets there and he finds out that it's a camp for like crippled kids and special needs kids. And
I read
he
that.
flips out. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm uncomfortable by these people. I don't know.
That was a
And-
really good book.
And he learns how not only does he learn like about these kids, but he realizes, hey, they're just people, and he, like they go on this. He because what it is most of the people are like treating them like they're fragile and everything, and he's like, we're going on a hike today, and they just fuck
and
everything.
they're like, what, a hike? And he's like, yeah,
Yeah,
going on a hike.
going on a hike.
And then the wheelchair kid's like, but I'm in a wheelchair. He's like, I will push you.
Yeah, it was a really moving book.
It was. And then like something with acorns at the top of the hill or something.
Yeah, I think they
It
find
is
like
not out of print because it's not free.
there you go. It's,
For everybody listening, I am literally sitting here with my e-reader
yeah, there you go.
looking up his book.
Yeah, it was just such an emotionally moving book.
That sounds
And,
really good.
It hit me really
Did
close.
you cry?
Almost, actually.
Yeah.
And I don't cry from books ever.
It sounds like you don't read books ever.
I don't read books very much, but that book really moved me, and I've been a camp counselor, and I've been a camp counselor. Well, when I was at outdoor school, I had a kid who was special needs in my cabin, so I knew that. I had those feels.
Okay.
But those are my favorites.
When I was little, my mom read my brother and I Harry Potter at night, and so that was my introduction to Harry Potter. And then I never finished it because we got too old, so she stopped, and then I was like, I don't really care about Harry Potter that much. But no, like, the first book when I was little that I really liked was, I got it from my library in 5th grade, and it was like The Tales of Robin Hood.
Oh, I remember that book.
I fell in love with it.
I remember that
and
book.
then I got, like, from the same author, like, these tales of King Arthur. And I loved that too. And so it really got me into, like, fantasy kind of stuff. But still like classic tales.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were a lot of books that we read for school, like Island of the Blue Dolphin was a fantastic book.
I really loved that
The
book.
Giver it really affected me as a person.
Mm-hmm. Which we talked about in our last episode.
Yeah, and Spirit Bear was great. If any of you read that.
I didn't really like Spirit Bear.
I really liked it, actually.
I don't know.
Pretty good.
I could see why people would like it. It just didn't hit me that well.
Yeah, and then I picked up a collection of Frankenstein, Dracula, and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Pretty cool
I
collection.
think I used to own that.
But there are a lot of versions of it.
Another book, if you really are into like
and The Hobbit, of course.
the way like people read Guns, Germs, and Steel.
Yes.
Amazing book.
If you're a nonfiction person at all, read it.
A great book. Great.
I watched the television show in one of my classes in high school.
And then
I own it.
so I read Frankenstein, and I was like, wow, this book really was written by a 12-year-old girl a long time ago, because it's not very good. But then Dracula was really good and became one of my favorite books, and I've read it like...
You know what book I read that was totally written by a 12-year-old girl who was horny?
Twilight.
No.
No, she was a grown woman that was horny.
I read the House of Night series in about
Oh my god! I really... How far did you get? How far did you get into those books?
Whatever was book 7?
You read all of them?
I read them all in like a month.
That sounds really familiar.
It's the ones, so they're black covers and they always have one color and they're like marked, charmed, and they're about
It's got little
vampires.
moons on the side.
Yeah,
Vampire novels.
it's written by a
Two
mother-daughter.
people.
Yeah,
Chris-
which is really weird because of how sexual
Oh
it
my god,
is.
in the beginning
Something
where
in
she like
PC
shows
Cast.
up at the thing and the guy is like getting head just right there.
No, yeah.
Kristen something in PC
That's how
Cast,
they
if
sold it
anybody
to
wants
me.
to look it up.
The girl who I had a class with, she was reading it, and I totally just gave her shit for reading a teenage vampire novel, and she's like, it's got a shit ton of sex in it, you should read it, and I read it, I was like, do you got more?
I could never find the rest of them. So I was
Dude, all you need
She owned them all, she was my
is an
supplier.
e-reader app and just look up free books and like 90% of them are just erotica.
Really liked reading in school and everything, but like after school when I wasn't required to read, reading kind of fell to the wayside of gaming.
Yeah.
And then like I got really into comics, but those don't count.
Technically they
But like now pretty much all I read is comics and superhero stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because video games and movies are way easier because you can get a little lazier.
Peyton, what is your reading history?
Oh, I was
And our
such
favorite book,
a
or
little
both.
book nerd as a kid. My mom did not believe in television. Another reason why I didn't do a whole lot of gaming. So I just read lots of books. I would probably say that Harry Potter is what I've read the most, just because I've reread it so many times whenever a new book would come out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like my childhood, and I grew up with it. They came
Harry
out
Potter generation represents.
as I think I first started reading it when I was in first
Oh, we already pulled that.
Yeah, but I just like it, I like
Yeah.
was reading it, and the movies are coming out as like the same age as I was, so it just I don't know, it's like my childhood.
Okay.
I guess I really like fantasy books, Aragon, and
Did you finish the series?
yes.
Did it end really well? Because I never read the last book.
Oh, I didn't really like the ending because I really wanted Aragon to get with the elf.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. It's been out for many, many years, but
Spoilers.
I don't want to know. Because one day I might actually.
The ending was good, but then it also made me a little sad. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Heidi, go for it.
This is okay. So I have
Queen.
read longer than I could read.
This is gonna be a long one.
No, I can make it short. I still have
No,
my
I mean
very.
this podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
just
gonna be long.
chop out a ton of it. I
Hey, we're
still have
like
my first
we're
book.
like Wendy's. We don't cut corners.
That's why the burgers are square. Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Get it?
So, shut up! I need to
And
tell my
screw
story.
those guys.
So I still own my first book, and it doesn't.
I hate you so much.
Shut up. So I still have my first book, and it does not have any words in it, but it's about a mother duck, who cannot find one of her ducklings, and on every page there is a hidden duckling. And I was like 2, and I learned to read when I was 3, because I loved books, man. I have pictures of me, like, sleeping on a couch when I was, like, 3, like, with a book on my face. So, I still have a few books from when I was really, really young, but my mom read to me every single night, or at least almost every single night, until I was, like, 12. Which is a lot longer than most people go. But, like, by the time we got to when I was 12, like, we were reading some pretty intense books. She read to me all of The Lord of the Rings, all of Chronicles of Narnia, and up through book 5 of Harry Potter. And I had gotten to, like, actual wrestling matches over her, because she wouldn't keep reading. And she was like, we need to go to bed. And I'd be like, no, give me the book. And I'd, like, literally get out of bed and, like, go tackle her and be like, I need this book. And I've just always loved reading. I currently run a YouTube channel about books, even though life has been really busy, so I haven't uploaded a video in about 2 months, but hopefully that will change soon.
How many subscribers are you at right now?
I have about 1,000 subscribers.
Really?
Oh, screw you.
As of right now. I think I'm sitting at 960 something, and my goal this year is to read 100 books. I am pretty behind because life...
100 books in 100 days?
100 books in a month.
100 books.
Or not in a month, in a year.
Yes, 100 books in a month.
100 books in a month. I
Now.
could if I had time, but I don't. 100 books in a year, and I'm sitting at about 50, I think. So, I'm a little behind.
About right. Catch up.
I'm a little behind, but I can catch up. I'm not too worried. But yeah, I love books. I love all kinds of books. I mostly read... Oh, I don't know. I read everything. I read nonfiction, I read fiction, I read YA, I read fantasy, I read sci-fi. I've been into anthologies a lot lately, and some nonfiction essay collections are really entertaining, but they're a lot slower to get through because they don't really have a plot. But, yeah,
A what?
so a plot. A plot.
I don't have good
A
plot.
plat?
A plot.
A plat?
A plot. So, yeah, if
She's
anybody ever wants to talk about books, hit me up. We can talk. But yeah, so I've pretty much always loved books. Always read a lot of books. That's about it.
I'm
What's
really
my
into plot.
Oh,
That's one of
and
my
my favorite book
favorite
and the book I've read the most, because those are definitely 2 different things for me. The book I've read the most is probably the Harry Potter books, like a lot of people, because I read them every time they came out, and then I got really depressed once in 8th grade. Once.
We all got really depressed once in 8th grade, except for me.
I moved to a
You
new
just got
town in 8th
Moody.
grade. I moved to a new town in 8th grade, or a new city, and I was really shy, and I didn't really know how to make friends, so I just read Harry Potter over and over. And, but my favorite book is actually this really not well-known book at all called Relentless by Robin Parrish, and I'm pretty sure it's still free on, ebook platforms, so go get it if you want to check it out. It's pretty good. It's a modern fantasy sci-fi in that genre area. It's really good though, and I recommend going to read it. Maybe I'll even link to it, or they'll link to it. Somebody will. If we remember.
If we remember, yeah. In other words,
Yeah.
I guess.
if I remember.
I just realized that we forgot robots. We'll have to leave that for
Robots.
We'll have to do
Robots.
robots next
leave
time.
that for next time.
Next time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and call it there, guys.
Aliens next time.
Yes, aliens and robots next time. Aliens,
All the sci-fi.
well, just planes, trains, and automobiles of sci-fi.
Yeah. I
Um,
think that's a good idea.
we'll just talk about,
reality.
yeah. So we'll go and cut it there, guys. We love you.
I don't know if I love you just yet. We've just met, but
Well, seeing as
If
how
we-
they haven't talked to us, and
if
they
we
Yeah,
like
nurture
5
this
people.
relationship, I might love you
yeah. If you've made it this far,
already.
5 more points to Gryffindor.
or a house of your choice.
Slytherin. The house of your choice.
Besides Hufflepuff,
What?
What do you have against
I
Hufflepuff?
will not give points to Hufflepuff.
Why?
Those are pity points.
Okay, okay. Why do you get into Gryffindor?
Because you're a good person.
Because you're courageous. You get into Slytherin because you're ambitious. You get into Ravenclaw because you're smart. You get into Hufflepuff because you're a reject. That is literally canon in the book.
You get into Hufflepuff
If
because
you don't,
Alright, guys.
the other ones because you're a
Thanks for
reject.
listening to
Whatever.
the Nerd Corner. We'll see you again next time. Catch us next week, Nerd Corner, and also like and subscribe to our channel. Also like our Facebook page and follow me on Instagram at Emberkin21.
and
Anybody
me
else have
on
anything else?
Instagram at the Heidi Hole.
The Heidi Hole. Wow, that's a good one. Vaginas.
Vaginas.
Peyton, did you want to plot yourself?
I think mine is just like Instagram Peyton Bruin, but
Okay, exciting.
Wait, a cool name.
And Evan's Twitter is
nice and simple.
twits.
Evan Sexy Dick.
Evan Sexy Dick at twitter.com. Okay, bye guys. Thanks for
Bye.
listening. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.